ready to dive into it. So we got first, Kimberly, how much cardio is needed to lose weight, but not too much while building muscles? So Kimberly, this is a very more individual question, right? Everybody is completely different. Every body is completely different, right? What my cardio routine is like is not what your cardio routine needs to look like. And it's not what your best friend Susie's cardio routine needs to look like, okay? So it's very individual. But let's say, and it depends on where you're starting at too, right? If you are just getting into the weight, into the fitness world and you're just starting your journey, maybe it's that you just need to go on some extra walks, or you need to maybe do 30 minutes 3 times a week, right? That's a good starting point for somebody. And then as you get into your journey, that's going to change as you start seeing results, as you develop more muscle on your body, right? So just starting off, that I can broadly speak to everybody, it's really good to maybe get out there, do 3 days of 30 minutes. Other days, make sure you're hitting at least like 7K to 10K steps. And that's a really good starting point, all right? Tara, if I have to do cardio, is this what, are we gonna have like a cardio Q&A right now? Tara, if I have to do cardio and my workout separate versus back to back, what times do you recommend? There's really no times that I recommend. We don't really need to get that specific or that complicated, okay? So there are here's 3 breakdowns that I could recommend to you to take into consideration, okay? One of them is that back to back. The other one, ideally, is in the morning in a fasted state. You didn't have any food yet. Maybe you just had some coffee and you're going to go outside and do like a 20, 30-minute walk. And then you're going to come back in, maybe fuel up, take your pre-workout meal, and then go hit the workouts. Okay, so that's your second option. And then third option is like, okay, if you're doing your workout in the morning time, and you can't do your cardio until later in the afternoon, then you would obviously have your pre-workout, post-workout meal around that workout. And then when it comes to the time that you're getting ready to go do cardio, you just want to make sure that it's around when you're getting closer to have a meal, right? So you're technically in that, sorry, a piece of hair in my eye. You're technically still in that like fasted state when you're getting close to going into that cardio session in the afternoon, right? And then after you're done with the cardio session, you're going to have your meal right away. So same thing with fasted in the morning. You're going to wake up and you're not going to have anything to eat. You're going to go and do that fasted cardio, and then maybe you don't get to your workout afterwards. Maybe your workout's planned in the afternoon. You go about your normal meals throughout the day, and then you would have a pre-workout meal and then go hit your workout in the afternoon. Okay, so those are the times that I would recommend for cardio. And I'm so sorry because there's something in my eye and it's really freaking annoying, but I hope that answered your question. All right. Patty, what's up, babe? So my question is, why cardio fast? You guys are on the cardio ramp. Where are our mindsets at right now? All right, so my question is, why cardio fasted but not lifting fasted? Trying to dial in my muscle preservation. This is a great question, you guys. Okay, so in short, why I never, ever, ever would recommend you do lifted weight sessions in a fasted state is because when you are strength training and putting resistance on your muscles are active tissue. And therefore, when they're active, they need fuel to fire everything that's happening internally. All right, if you're not eating before you go work out and you're working out in a fasted state, guess what your body is going to turn to for that energy to get you through that workout? Muscle. Muscle's going to get broken down, and you're going to be using that muscle, that active tissue, as energy to get you through it. Not only that, you guys, but lifting in a fasted state for females can really fuck with your hormones. And excuse my language, but I'm really passionate about this stuff, okay? And I really hate intermittent fasting and fasting in general outside of health conditions, okay? So, and when you sleep at night, when you go to bed at 10 o'clock and you wake up at 6 a.m., that's 8 hours in a fasted state, okay? So technically you're fasting while you sleep. But anyway, your hormones get jaded big time. They can get screwy and wonky and everything like that. So for example, in the morning, if you're lifting on an empty stomach and you're going to work out and you're putting all this fitness-induced stress on your body, you're going to be elevating your cortisol levels. And guess what, you guys? Our female cortisol levels are already naturally elevated in the morning. And secondly, cortisol is a fat-storing hormone. So if you're elevating that cortisol in the morning, guess what? It's going to store body fat, and you're working against the goals that you want to accomplish, okay? So now, when I'm talking about fasted cardio, you're not calling on your muscles to do any type of lifting, right? Your muscles aren't really engaged in cardio. You're just walking, or you're doing Stairmaster, you're cycling or something like that, okay? So you're okay doing that in a fasted state, but when you're physically calling on muscles to be involved in the movement and the exercise and what you're doing, then you need to feel your body because of everything that's happening internally, okay? So in order to not tap into that muscle mass while you're working out, you want to make sure that you're feeling your body pre and post and not going into any workout in a fasted state, all right? Juanita, most amazing lifestyle program. Trust Nikki and the coaches 100%. Thank you, Juanita. I appreciate you. You're absolutely killing it in your journey up in the VIP. All right, Jenny, I am doing the home workouts, have been for a year now, starting to have back pain, wondering about my age. I'm 46, and do I need to shorten the workouts at all? My chiropractor says I'm not 20 anymore, that I shouldn't work out so hard. Is this true? No, it's not true. Okay, I just interviewed again a woman in the WarriorBabe program who's 57 years old, who has having amazing results. And there's a VIP that's in her 60s and having amazing results. So guys, let me tell you this. One thing that the VIP is putting into play is stretching. I would ask you right now, do you stretch? And if the answer is no, then start incorporating stretches. Because think about it like this, you guys. As you're strength training, as you're building muscle, your muscles are they're growing, right? They need more space to grow then too at that point. So you need to make space by stretching, right? And I am really bad at this, so I'll be the first one to say that. But you don't need to, pull back on your workload. You don't need to listen to what your chiropractor is saying. I'm not 20 anymore. Who gives a fuck if you're not 20 anymore? Age is not a number. But you can start incorporating stretching and maybe even doing some yoga or something like that. That will, and maybe getting like weekly or bi-weekly or tri-weekly massages that will help with that, okay? So there's other things that you can do instead of changing what you're doing now, but incorporating new things to help support that. And that's what I would recommend. First, hands down, stretching 100%. All right. Chanel, what's up, babe? On day 2 in the VIP program. Let's go. Can't wait to join these calls on a few months to show off my progress. Amazing, babe. Well, in the next 45 minutes, we have our VIP call, which is going to be amazing. So chime in, tune in. Those are your face-to-face with every one of the babes inside the community. And we're going to talk about really good topics tonight. So definitely tune into that if you're going to be able to. All right, Janet, I am starting the retrain program and then staying in maintenance to do some body recomposition. Now, my question, I can do the regular build program and not the 50 plus if I feel strong and have been lifting for a while, correct? Correct, yes, 100%. I see this is a new module in the blueprint since when I first joined. Yes, so this is what I say to the 50 plus babes. Really, that 50 plus babe is in play for anybody that has like a thyroid problem or medical conditions that are being treated with medicine. They have any type of hormone imbalances, anything like that. That's really more aided to and directed to the 50 plus community to do that kind of workout. Now, if you don't feel as challenged with the 50 plus and you know yourself and you know that you can handle, you don't have any of those things that I just addressed, then you can 100% go into the build program and or the burn program and just listen to how your body is recovering and responding with that type of training, okay? And if it's not recovering well and you're still sore after multiple days, then maybe pull back on like a set and see how that goes. And then if you're still not healing up well, you're not recovering well, then maybe 50 plus isn't a bad idea to go to. But if you feel 100% you're strong, and you've been doing this for a while, which you have been, 100% you can go towards the build. WarriorBabe here, 50 plus, burn and tone. Let's go, Kathleen. Kimberly, thank you. You're a freaking rock star. So are you, babe. Keep up the good work. Joy, why is it for many who try intermittent fasting, it only takes a few days or weeks and their body adjusts and they no longer experience daily hunger, headaches, nausea, and stomach growling? What could be the reason why after every time I try it, even after a few months, I still experience those side effects? Because in that window of time, Joy, you may not be giving your body what it needs, right? And to the first half of your question or statement, why people adjust is because their body adapts, right? Your body's going to adapt to anything that you're trying to get it to do. So if you're going for endurance training, your body's going to adapt to cardio, right? If you're going for weight training, your body's going to adapt to weight training. If you're doing keto, your body will eventually adapt to keto. If you're doing intermittent fasting, your body will eventually adjust to intermittent fasting. But are you doing it correct, right? Do you, in that window of time, if you're intermittent fasting, I mean, are you eating enough? Are you giving your body enough protein? Are you giving your body enough fat and carbs in that window of time? Like, it matters how much you eat, you guys. And honestly, without overcomplicating everything that's out there, it comes down to calories in, calories out. Like, are you in a caloric deficit, and are you fueling your body enough to facilitate the results that you want with the right types of foods? And when I say the right types of foods, it comes down to protein, fats, and carbs. Okay, and we can get down into the whole calories versus macros. But at the end of the day, if you just want to lose weight, sure, go for it. Focus on calories, because you will lose weight that way. But if you want to dial it in and bring in an aesthetically pleasing body, you want to decrease body fat, you want to get toned, you want to show more muscle definition, that lean mass that you work so hard to put on, well, in order to put it on, you got to eat enough of the right types of food, protein, fats, and carbs. In order to decrease the body fat and to get more tone, to show the hard work that you put in, you have to dial it down to macros. You have to figure out your protein, fats, and carbohydrates and really nail it down to a T if you want an aesthetically pleasing body. Okay? Okay. Kathleen, hello, WarriorBabe here, 50 plus burn and tone, nice. If I switch to lower weight, higher rep, etc., 20 reps, how many sets are appropriate? Do I stay at 4 sets or lower to 3 sets? I was doing 4 sets with 10, 12 reps. How long do I stay at the higher reps with lowered weights? Well, I would just follow exactly what the workout program has for you, Kathleen. So if it's calling on 3 sets of X amount of repetitions, then I would do exactly that. If it's calling for X amount of repetitions and X amount of sets, I would do exactly that. Our programs work really well, especially for the 50 plus community. And yeah, I could just encourage you to follow what that plan says. And then, once you have it down for a couple of months and you're learning how to then kind of make it more tailored for you with the resources that are available for you inside of the program, then we can talk about, like, okay, well, what would I do? Higher reps, lower reps, different kinds of sets. And therefore, like, that's a question for also, since you are inside the Blueprint program, one of the support Q&A calls, right? We have 4 support calls per week, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. We're actually able to talk back and forth with our coaching team, all right? Yana, I just wanted to say, WarriorBabes, I have been a WarriorBabe for almost 3 years, decided to go through your workout how-to videos and realized that there were some tweaks I relearned, especially cross-body rows. Rewatching the video helped me with my bad habits and change my form. Nice, you guys. That's awesome, Jana. I love that. Seriously, like, everybody who's inside the Blueprint program, you guys, you have this material for life. So it's like watching a movie that you really like over and over again, right? You're going to go back in and you're going to rewatch the content. You're going to relearn new things. And you're going to be happy that you rewatched the content, because maybe at the first time that you watched it, something didn't click. And now it's clicking the second time that you're watching it, or the third time that you're watching it, or 3 years later that you're watching it, right? There's tons of amazing resources and tools in there that you guys can always continue to use along your journey. Lee, I fast for almost 8 hours and feel great, but as soon as I eat, I get a headache. Yeah, because at that point, your body, guys, your body is like, I wanted this food for so long, and now you're finally giving it to me, and now I have to work extra hard to break it down and metabolize it, right? It depends on what window of time you're fasting, but to be honest, 8 hours while you're sleeping is sufficient enough. And then as soon as you wake up, your metabolism doesn't stop. So as soon as you wake up, maybe like a half an hour after waking up, you have your breakfast meal, and you're at that point just kickstarting your metabolism even more. And plus, at that point, you're then fueling your muscles, you're fueling your body, you're fueling your brain to help you get through the day. And you're not depriving yourself, like, okay, at this window of time, I can't eat. Like, I'm a WarriorBabe myself. Like, we're so against restrictive measures that if you ever at any point feel like you're restricted, it's not going to work for you, because you're going to experience these types of things. You're going to want to give up, and you're going to want to just, it's going to lead you back on this hamster wheel of like, what do? I can't figure out what works for me. Joy, is intermittent fasting necessary to reverse insulin resistance? Again, everybody is so different and so unique that this is where it's kind of like me teetering and tottering, right? If your ultimate goal is to gain muscle and to decrease body fat and to be toned, then, and you don't have any underlying health issues, then you don't need to intermittent fast. And again, like I said previously in this Q&A, if you have health conditions and you are somebody who needs to go on to the specific thing to level things out, then this is where it gets a little bit different, okay? And it depends on your goals. But I can speak to right now what it looks like when you want to build muscle and decrease body fat, right? So it can and can't, because I've dealt with people who needed to reverse insulin resistance, and they have ate in a macro way. They've had carbs, they've had fats, they've had protein. It's just a skill set to kind of understand. That's why hiring somebody or working with somebody who understands this, so you don't have to figure it out yourself, is your best bet. So you can just work with them and then do what they're telling you to do. That's going to help you get to the goals that you want to accomplish. All right, Lee. Okay, got it. I had just jumped on the live, but I like to know, is it good to work out on an empty stomach, or should I eat before workout? No. And I just talked about this at the beginning of this Q&A. You never, you guys, want to work out in a fasted state. Meaning, when I say workout, I mean strength training. I mean lifting weights. Okay, you need your muscles, everything that's incorporating that process is all active tissue. And if you're lifting an empty stomach, guess what your body is going to turn to for energy? Your muscle. And that's counterproductive to the types of goals that you guys want to accomplish. Okay, and plus on top of that, like I said, it fucks with your hormones. As females, majority of studies for intermittent fasting have been done on males. Okay, and from a female standpoint, we have way more hormones than males do. And it can really mess with our hormones. And especially in the morning, if you're lifting in an empty state and you're pushing weights in an empty state, you're naturally raising your cortisol levels up and above from what they already are. Okay? So no, you don't want to lift weights in a fasted state. Julie, what's up? If I get up before work and strength train, I don't have time to eat. What's a good quick pre-workout food to eat? Yes. So first of all, reframe the mindset to I don't have enough time to eat. You have 30 minutes before you can work out, right? You're not going to like get up and within 5 minutes you're down, push a weight right away, right? There's always a warm-up process, or at least you guys should be incorporating a warm-up process. But anyway, really good, quick go-to meal in the morning. And you guys can go to my Instagram handle. I have tons of IGTVs where I pull Q&A, like questions from this Q&A, and I repurpose them. So there's tons of like pre-workout ideas, post-workout ideas. But pre-workout, rice cakes are really good go-to. They're fast digesting with a protein shake with some jelly on top. Bam, that's one. Or some fruit and a protein shake, or fruit and white rice, or protein and white rice, or protein and cereal. And you could even like mix up the protein with almond milk and pour it on top of the cereal. Those are some really great ideas. It's going to give you the fast acting energy to go right into your workout. And plus, when you guys do that and you fuel your body, you're going to notice from not fueling your body to fueling your body how much more energy you have and how much more strength that you have, because your muscles are being fed. All right. Bonnie, I joined this program 6 months ago and I've learned so much. I just want to say a huge thank you for sharing your expertise with all of us. You're so welcome, babe. I'm glad that you're not only getting the results that you want, but you're more knowledgeable and you're learning everything that works best for you and your body. So good job. Appreciate you putting in the work. Eve, pre and post workout, what is the most amount of grams I should be taking with my carbs and proteins? So I don't know what your carb and protein number is, but broadly speaking, what I recommend everybody do is you eat 5 meals a day or you eat 6 meals a day, whatever that number of meals is, take that number and divide it by your protein and your carbs. And that's the kind of grams that you want to be having pre and post. Now, if you're sitting up in maintenance or in a build and you have more food to be able to eat, then I would take more carbs and I would put them around your workouts, because you're going to have more fuel for your workout with more carbs. All right, Joy, do you believe in warm-up sets or just dynamic stretching before weight training? I just believe in both, right? Okay, so dynamic stretching, like when I'm going in to do shoulders or something like that, I will just warm up with some arm circles, maybe grab some weights, do some of these guys. I'll do some sideways leg kicks for leg day and some back and forth leg kicks for leg day just to warm up my hip region. Or for a warm-up set, what I would also recommend is like, okay, You know, for your first set, I probably wouldn't count it to the 4 sets you have for that particular exercise, but for the first set, I would just do some lightweight and count out repetitions for like 12 or 15, just warm up the muscles. It is so important, you guys, to warm up the muscles and never go into a workout cold. Awesome, you guys. So I'm going to close out this Q&A. No more questions are coming through. I appreciate your time so much by hanging out with me on this Q&A. I love being here. I love providing you guys answers to the questions that you have. I love giving you guys value. So if you guys gained anything in this Q&A, please smash the like button so I can see what that outcome looks like. If you guys gain tons of value from this Q&A, share this, because this video, getting in front of other women, especially on that intermittent fasting topic that I talked about, they can gain insight and they can learn something that they never learned before too as well, and why it is so important to fuel your body. So I appreciate you guys so much if you smash the like button and you share this for other women. I'm helping you here, and I just ask in return that you guys can help many, many women that need this kind of information as well. All right, and if anybody's tuning in from my Facebook page and not yet a part of WarriorBabe, definitely check out WarriorBabe.com, which is in the description above. You can check out what our programs are like. You can see what everybody's talking about with VIP or Blueprint. And then you can also see what all of the women who've been through our program or currently a part of our program, the types of results that they have gotten along the way in the review section. All right, appreciate you guys. See those likes firing. And I'm here every single Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to do this live Q&A. So mark your calendars, set your alarms, and tune in, because these are always so fun and you guys always walk away with learning something.